So I'm going to start taking you into the biocircles of trust, and I'm going to show you the different types of email campaigns that you should be using. And each campaign has a purpose, which is to move from one circle of trust to that next inner layer. So here we go. When we're talking about my lead magnets, right? Obviously, when you're working with clients, you already know that, how important they are. So these are perfect at the outer layer, right? Because there's little to no trust here at the outer layer. And it's perfect to demonstrate the benefits of the product or the service or the value, right? So let's just say your client sells nutritional supplements. I know that there's a lot of different types of lead magnets out there, but something that's really low cost, I mean, you could just do this lead magnet for free, so easy, would be something like a downloadable file that lists common ailments like joint pain, trouble sleeping at night, lack of energy, having trouble keeping the fat off, right? Who knows, something like that. So what that downloadable document can do is listing the ailments, and then what are the supplements in the product catalog that address those issues, all right? Let's say your clients, you're representing real estate agents. Great lead magnet would be a downloadable spreadsheet that first-time home buyers can find out, calculate how much home can they really afford. That would have been helpful when my wife and I were trying to find a house. We had no idea how much house we could afford. Let's say handmade jewelry. Okay, so then a great lead magnet with their product catalog, with their life story. Get to know the person who's actually making the jewelry. Like say, showcase some of the most special jewelry pieces with a story behind what inspired them to do that particular piece. You know, so you can be creative, right? And some of you already are, so no big deal. Now, here's a good example. Maripost has many clients in the health and wellness industry. Now, most of our clients, they sell online training courses, a variety of topics, ranging from, better creativity, meditation, better eating habits, you name it. So the lead magnets that they use are free courses. And the course material is distributed to them daily email. So get them interested in looking forward to their daily email, which then contains a video session of that lead magnet, whatever it is. So what you're looking at here is an example of how this automated sequence looks like here in Maripost. So the first one, you'll notice that you got session 1, session 2, session 3, session 4. But you can see, like if you're doing this thing, you can easily see where you can have multiple, more than just 4 touch points. So you have different ones here, and then at the very end, you can send them into another automated email campaign, which would be to convert them from somebody who's interested into somebody who you want to engage. So which brings us to this next one here, interested to engage. Okay, so these are the people who've demonstrated an interest in you, and now you want them to get them to engage with your service, get them to experience your product with not much of a commitment on their part. So that's where free trials like this come into play, right? Everybody knows DoorDash, right? So here's a great example out of an email from my own inbox. The other day, I just ordered some egg drop soup from the Chinese restaurant in my neighborhood. I was too lazy to get in the car and get it myself, so I just paid the extra $5 to have somebody drop off a $7 tub of soup. Well, anyways, so there you go. So now I get this email here, and you'll see here, your first 30 days of Dash Pass are on us. So there you go. An example of a free trial offer. So they noticed that I was interested in their service because I ordered something online using DoorDash, and now they want to engage me with their service, and what they're going to do is a free 30-day trial. All right, let's talk about trial conversions now. Okay, so this is getting somebody who's engaged with your product, engaged with your service. So you're already building a level of trust with them. They're starting to believe in you. They're starting to believe in your service. And now you want to take that next step and get them to buy. Okay, so that does involve that next level of trust. So trial conversion campaigns, right? That's where they're really good. Now, here's where subtlety comes into play, okay? Subtlety is going to come into play, and I'll show you in a little bit. So the first emails that you send in every trial conversion campaign should be to reinforce the benefits of what they're receiving. So the call to action is to continue to receive those benefits. And the way to continue to receive those benefits is by becoming a subscriber. So you're not really talking about, oh, hey, I want you to start paying for it now, right? No, what you want to say, hey, wasn't that great? Didn't you like it? Wasn't that the best thing? Don't you want to continue receiving these benefits? See, that's the way you do it. And then, oh, by the way, you need to pay for it too. But that's the key, right? You get what I'm saying. So the emphasis is on the benefits and not on the buying. So here's an example here. Services, ready-to-cook meals, the raw ingredients are there. They drop it off at your door. Man, that's like one of the hottest services on the market these days. Our son turned 20, moved out of the house, wants to do his own thing. He's eating junk food, as every 20-year-old does, but he was raised eating home-cooked meals. So we thought, well, tell you what, let's try out these delivery services and try them out and see how they work. And so we did a trial because now we weren't sure. Does he like the food? Does he like the recipes? Because he has no idea how to go. He knows how to cook, kind of, sort of, but he doesn't know about going grocery shopping. He doesn't know about recipes. Like, I don't know. I mean, some people are incredible. They can just walk down the store, and as they're walking down the store aisles or walking down the market, they're already thinking about what they're going to make that night. They're just, okay, I need this. Oh, there's some fresh basil here. I'll do that. No, most people don't. They need a recipe. He has no idea how to use a recipe. Doesn't go grocery shopping. So this is great. Service delivered. There's recipes already there. All he has to do is follow the instructions and cook. So we don't know if he's going to like cooking. We don't know if he even likes the food. So we did the trial offer, right? So we just wanted to see. Okay, so if I was running their program, this is how something that you would look. So this is a classic example of a campaign that you would use to convert people from a trial to actually paid. So this is from engaged to a buyer. So at the top of this campaign here, it's basically a product education campaign, reinforcing the benefits, teaching people how to use the service, how to maximize the benefits of the service, right? So it's product education. Then at some point in time, the focus of the messaging shifts from product education. Now, the goal is you want them to convert to become a buyer. So what you're going to say in your emails, that changes, right? So down here, here's some things to say about. If they've canceled, it's okay. I mean, expect that. People are going to cancel. Nobody's got a 100% conversion rate. If they do, tell me about them. I want to know. I want to learn. But look, if somebody drops off during your trial period, it's okay. Thank them for using your service and move on. Now, the cool thing about this thing here is you can try to win them back. I just have it ending it here. But if you wanted to, you can send them into another type of a campaign that email marketers call a win-back campaign. And as its name means, it's try to win them back. Give you an example of a win-back campaign. I was using Netflix subscription for about 10 years, something like that. Then I just got tired of it, the programming. Ugh. So I canceled. So then I started getting emails trying to get me to come back and renew my subscription with Netflix. So I'm an email marketer. So I thought, let's see. I know I'm in their win-back campaign now, right? So I thought, let's just see how many emails they send me. I had this perverse curiosity. So I just let the emails keep coming into my inbox. Let them keep coming into my inbox. 13 emails later, right? That's when they finally stopped in their win-back campaign. But you can easily see, hey, you can keep trying to come back for a year. Doesn't matter, right? And you can keep that conversation alive. What's the worst they can do? Unsubscribe from your emails? Who cares? All right, so let's say you got them to convert, right? So down here, we'll thank them. thank them for becoming a buyer, and move on to the next campaign. Now, converting a buyer to a repeat buyer. Okay, so now you're talking a level of trust and taking it to a deeper level of trust as a repeat buyer. So this is where you see all those classic things. You'll see cross-sells. You'll see product renewals. You'll see replenishment, right? So if you're selling cosmetics, right? So people who bought facial cream, well, introduce them to your other cosmetic line. Lipstick, lip gloss, mascara. I've been married for 33 years. I know all these things, right? So great accessories, right? How about nutritional supplements? You know that nutritional supplements work best when they're taken in complement. So if somebody who bought one particular nutritional supplement, send them emails introducing them to other supplements in your catalog that are complementary to the ones that they bought. But speaking of cosmetics, nutritional supplements, these are replenishable products, right? So what you want to do is send them product renewal. And so product replenishment. So here's a good example. You should know your product line. You should know, on average, how frequently do people run out. So what you want to do is start sending the emails before they run out and just encourage them to buy again, right? So that's what's really important. So think about it. Think about what you sell. Anything that needs to be replenished. Toner, printer toner, office paper, dog food, whatever. Anything that's replenishable, send them product renewal email campaigns. That's converting a buyer to a repeat buyer. Now, remember I mentioned product education campaigns earlier? Well, these actually, if you do it right, product education campaigns are really good at converting buyers into repeat buyers. All right, so here's an example here of this email from my inbox. I'm not ashamed to tell you that I am a coffee snob. Okay, there I said it. I am a coffee snob. I hate the taste of lukewarm coffee. Ugh, I hate it. So what I ended up doing was I'd have my coffee mug and it's lukewarm, so I go to the microwave my coffee just to warm it up. So now I'm thinking to myself, why am I zapping this little coffee mug with 50 bazillion gigawatts of electricity just because I want to warm up my coffee? That's kind of a waste. So I went on Amazon looking for coffee mug that like a hot plate. So I found this one, really cool. Hot plate with a coffee mug, but the cool thing about it is that the plate isn't hot, it's just a battery, it's a battery charger. So there's a battery in this mug that keeps the mug warm. So what does it mean? So I can take my coffee anywhere I want to go, and my coffee always stays at 147 degrees Fahrenheit. So I know that I keep it at 147 degrees Fahrenheit is because this coffee mug has a mobile app. Put it on my phone, and via the Bluetooth receiver in my mug, I can set the temperature from my mobile app so I can keep my coffee at 147 degrees Fahrenheit. So did I tell you that I really don't like lukewarm coffee? Okay, all right. So here I get these emails from them. It's a product education because it's teaching me, well, now that you have a mug, you want to fill it up with something, don't you? So there's all these recipes for hot drinks, right? It's seasonal, right? So here's how we're going to do it. So recipes for great drinks, things like that. But oh, by the way, products, right? So introduce me to other products in their catalog. So can you see here, if you do it right, a product education campaign is really, really good for converting buyers into repeat buyers. Okay, so now, if I was running Ember's email marketing program, here's how I would use Maripost Marketing Cloud to do it. So here, thanking them, so they bought, so all they ever bought, that's the only product that they bought, so they're a one-time buyer. And then I'm gonna send them a welcome email, and then I'm gonna send them a whole series of education emails. That's what these things are. And then probably at the very end, now I'm gonna pass them over to a new campaign, which is to get them to introduce them to other products. right? So the key thing about it, though, and that's why I say you got to do a product education campaign the right way, is because product education is about edumacation. It's not about selling. So don't use a product edu campaign to sell. Use it to educate. Don't worry. Don't worry. There's plenty of time to sell them, okay? You want to subtly turn a buyer into a repeat buyer. Okay, so converting a repeat buyer into an advocate, into an influencer, all right, that's typically where you'll find referral solicitation campaigns, right? So if I've bought, so think about it this way. If I've bought once from you, okay, there's a level of trust because I bought from you. But if I bought repeatedly from you, okay, if I bought repeatedly from you, would you not agree that I have more trust in you? Would I not be a better candidate for reviews and solicitation reviews from me, referrals from me, if I'm a repeat buyer? I think you'll agree with me, right? So that's why advocates and influencers, right, those are the next level of intimacy, the next level of trust from a repeat buyer because they trust you enough because they bought from you. So they're the ones more likely to recommend you to their friends, their family, their colleagues. And if they're influencers, mention you publicly, tying their name to your brand. All right. So this is how a referral solicitation campaign might work. So there's going to be some type of qualification, right? So here's an example of how you might define a repeat buyer, okay? So maybe depending upon, you might want to do it based on lifetime value. So depending upon what the average order value is, you either set it high or low. I just set it at 500 just as a reference point, right? So you would set lifetime value, maybe people above a certain lifetime value. Those are the ones I want to be my advocates. Those are the ones I want to be my influencers. Or maybe you don't really care about lifetime value, but you care about frequency of purchases within a certain recency, all right? Recency is key, right? You know that. Because somebody who bought 5 times from you in the past 2 years is different than somebody who bought 5 times from you in the past 30 days, right? So there's that frequency and recency down here that you might want to consider to bring into your referral solicitation campaign. Now, the only thing I ever want to say about this thing here is that now typing up a review, right? Typing up that takes time, that takes thought. That takes a decision. Do I really want to do this because I'm associating my name with this brand, with this product? Do I want to do that? So what I recommend is give people time to decide. Don't hit them right the next day. Give them about a week to think about it. Right? Give them some time. Don't push it. All right. So here's the summary of the 5 essential email campaigns to boost your sales. Here's all the different transition states of the buyer's circles of intimacy, and these are each of the campaigns that you would use to move them from one level of trust to the next inner level. So can you see, just by looking at this thing, you can tell that what you're allowed to say is going to be different depending upon which level of trust you're transitioning your audience to. That's why I want you to be thinking along those lines.